your sound check, Landon? Okay. It's the opening that kills me every time. Like, hey, Lauren, welcome to Home on Meadow. Don't use that, Landon. Don't use that. Okay. Hi, I'm Lauren. Welcome to our Home on Meadow. Today I'm going to be showing you guys what I plan to do for Indy's school next year. I might have overdone it. Correction, I know I overdid it, but I'm really excited. I'd rather have, like, as my first year, kind of like invest in some pieces and then have them long term. So we will start with the curriculums I'm doing. So I was given a really beautiful curriculum from a friend, but I just did not think Indy would sit still for it. So I was kind of like talking to a mom at one of the co-ops and just brainstorming. I'm not a purist in any way, shape, or form when it comes to ideologies for education. It's so personalized for your kid, which is the benefit of homeschooling, that if you get too much into like an ideology, as good as that ideology might be, then it's kind of like defeats the point of homeschooling. So having said that, when I nannied, the kids went to a Regia Emilia school, and it was lovely. I loved that. I thought it was a very beautiful approach. Their neighbor did Waldorf, and so I kind of got to see a little bit of the compare and contrast of those. I'm just gonna say like a little bit of like what I kind of view these different schooling techniques as and like what I like about them. And then my friend also taught at a classical Christian school. And then that's kind of like all the ways I was exposed to those three models. Having said that, I would say Waldorf to me is very focused on stories and imagination and a little bit more like spiritual. Charlotte Mason is definitely into like nature, exploring, like letting your kids go outside, short lessons, and nurturing kids' curiosities, I would say. Reggio Emilio, I never know if I'm saying that right, guided by the kids, like kind of guide what they want to learn about. And you definitely invite them in and have some things, but it was very much like you have all these different sections in a classroom and the kids can go kind of like meander about and learn different things. And then Montessori is kind of like, in my opinion, the opposite of, not the opposite of that, but it's very much like you're equipping your kids to do things themselves. So it's very like, I'm gonna let you like cook with me. You're gonna have like your own set of knives kind of thing. And then classical was very much like a lot of memorization and a lot of like stuff about, like you kind of view the kids as like this is their core and you focus a lot on that. So it's gonna be a lot of like behavioral stuff, maybe not character, that's what I'm looking for, like a lot of character stuff and a lot of like memorization. So out of those, I would say I definitely gravitate towards Charlotte Mason in approach, and as far as like short lesson plans, lots of time outside, not being super competitive as far as like this is what they have to know by this time. It's like very much like, a little bit more self-paced, but not as self-paced as like I would view Waldorf. Waldorf is a lot more like open, and I would say I like the imaginative aspect of Waldorf. I think there's so many benefits of kids having like a lot of time for imaginative play, a lot of like story and like oral passing down of like narration, like language. That's what I'm looking for. There's so many benefits to that. So I would say I kind of am a cross between those three. I would not say I got there a lot of inspiration at all from classical stuff. So that's kind of our approach. My focus is definitely on developing a love for learning right now, growing his curiosity, practicing. I don't know for sure, but I think Indy, I have not been officially diagnosed with ADHD, but I've not told anybody, I think I have ADHD, and anybody go, no, not you. So like, I'm being medicated for it, but just have an official diagnosis. So I very strongly think Indy might have ADHD. So I think the Charlotte Mason approach works very well with that because it's, a lot of time outside playing. It's very, very short unit studies. And then I would say like the Waldorf aspect that I like is the emphasis on imagination and literature. So I'm kind of blending those two. So right now, what our days look like is I'm going to start with some reading, and that's going to be, because Evie's going to be joining us for that time, that's going to be a lot more like picture books and just whatever they want to read at the time. And then we're going to integrate into that some like whatever lesson we have going on with this curriculum, which I'll talk about in a minute, but whatever nature study we have going on, I'm going to try to put in some books with that same subject matter. So if we're doing bats, I'm going to try to add in some books about bats in the morning story time. Then we're going to move to the nature unit study, do that, go outside, explore, learn whatever activity it has in the unit. And then lunch, nap time. During nap time is when I'm going to be doing his reading lessons. We use an app for that I've really liked. It's the same approach as Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons, but it's animated and bright and I don't have to think about anything. So I really like it. It's just laid out very clearly. And then I'm gonna try to implement after that a read aloud that's a little bit longer. He does not have the attention span for some of these books that I got yet. So we're reading Mercy Watson right now or Magic Tree House. We started Stuart Little too, but that was a little hard. So just like that. And then that's basically it. We might be doing math. We'll see how it goes. You'll see. We'll see what happens. So that's my approach. That's my theory. So we're going to start with the curriculums. This I really like. It's Exploring Nature with Children. I have not used it yet, but I like it in theory. It is, maybe I'll do like a flip through of this, but like they just do like, okay, this is week 3, an autumn tree study. So you're gonna do a nature walk activity. She gives you books to read, and then usually I think it references this a lot, the, Handbook of Nature study. I think like every single day there's like a reference to this. But what I liked about this is there are like a lot of activities. She has like extensions. There's so many things in here, a poem you can do. I feel like what I liked about this is that she gives you almost so much that like you're not going to be able to do it all, and so you can like build on it in years to come, which I think is awesome. Like it's not just, and it's so cheap, affordable. Like it's $20 for this, and I know that I'm going to use this for years, so I think it's a really good investment. So I'm just going to like show y'all so October is pumpkins, and then you have like sketch a pumpkin in your nature journal. That's part of the nature walk activity. Label parts of your sketch, the stem, the skin, and the ribs, and then she has the book list, the poem to go with it, a piece of art to go with it, and then extensions were like, do pumpkins float or sink, which yeah, it's super cute. Pumpkin seeds can also be used to make a mosaic design. Like you can just make art with it. I just think this is really cute. I think it's something, again, we can build on. It's hands-on, which I like. Like Indy's not gonna sit down and read from this about pumpkins. He just absolutely will not do that. And that to me defeats the point. That was what it was. That to me defeats the point of like homeschooling. I want him to enjoy learning. If I wanted him to sit and ingest very stale information, I would send him to school, which is horrible to say, but like that's kind of how I feel about it. And that's not to like shit on public schools. Like my father-in-law is a public school teacher, like, and my mom was a teacher. Like I think you can only do so much with what you have, and so they're just not equipped. So that's another thing I do like about Charlotte Mason is she's very into like living books. So like if for history, you would read like a lot of memoirs and stuff. So anyway, side note. But this is kind of the same thing, but it's focused on Texas, Texas Nature Guide. It's from Cheeky and Drew. I'll do a flip through of this as well. But this is all broken down seasonally about like what's going on in Texas. So I kind of like that because like at one point she was like, the monarchs should be coming in, and that week is all about monarchs. So I really thought that was cute. This does not have quite as many extensions, I would say, as this is 1 week. This is turtle nesting, whereas like this had, two pages. So like you're getting just like more in, exploring nature with children, in my opinion. But I still do like this. I do think it's cool to have, this one's talking about cattle and calving season. I think it's very cute. I think, again, you can build on this a little bit more. This one is like a little bit more simple, but I think together we're gonna have so much to do. We're not gonna get through either of these. And so I think this is great because both of these are things that you are gonna be able to do for so long and for so many years to come. Both of those I'm really excited about. Those are kind of our core curriculum for the year. And then, I'm gonna move these over. Okay, so I got the Good and the Beautiful. I printed these and bound these incorrectly, so don't look at my book the way they're bound, because this I think was supposed to be on the long edge. This one, the math one, is supposed to be on the short edge. So I didn't realize that the Good and the Beautiful's stuff online is free. Like, you don't have to purchase their curriculum, which is like a really cool thing. I think they're trying to do it as a ministry, so I think that's really cool. So Indy is learning right now to read through that app, but this is definitely the language and literature one is definitely a lot more like, it's really, really cute. This was not the correct way, but it does like practice writing things and like filling in the blanks. So it's, let's see, you have to like match the picture to the sentence. So I think this is just like a nice little add-on, in my opinion, to like having something tangible for him to do for reading. And then I wasn't planning on doing math. I was just gonna like count cars or jelly beans or something, which I think works great, but this was free, and so why not have it, in my opinion. So this is like backward, or it's upside down. We didn't know what we were doing, but place values, so that's gonna be like greater than, less than. Oh, it has clocks, which is cool, because I was not gonna teach him how to read a clock, but anyways, I just think this is, again, nice to have. It's really beautiful. I think that's like a huge advantage to a child with a short attention span. Like this is, biscuits. Okay, I didn't break it. He gets to cut these out and like glue them in. Wait, let's see, I think so, but that looks fun. Like he'll love doing that. So I think this is a nice thing to have. Not super necessary, but it is cute. So those are my two things. I think it's cool that these are free. So that's like a huge resource if you're looking into homeschooling to explore. They are religious based, you know, it's a Christian company. So like the science ones, God created this and this, which is really beautiful if you're Christian, and if you're not, it just probably doesn't apply. So there you go. Okay, now I was going to show you my books. I am super excited about all of these. I looked for a long time and tried to dial down what I wanted. And again, these are things I got probably more than I needed for the first year, because I think he'll grow into a lot. I spent, I want to say, these books were like $140. So that's, yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. So these are, I can never say this. Okay, Thornton W. Burgess. Basically, what I've gathered is he's like the chapter book Beatrix Potter. So they're just super cute books. The Black Crow, Buster Bear's Twins. This is The Adventures of Jimmy Skunk. Yeah, just like little animals and their adventures. And I think this kind of goes along the lines of integrating in like our unit studies some imaginative kind of like Waldorf themes. I don't know if this is Waldorf, but this is what I'm applying it as. So yeah, that. And then we do not have the Brambley Hedge books at our library, which we didn't have these ones either. The Thornton W. Burgess. We didn't have those books at the library. We didn't have these either. And this one's cute because it's not quite as long as the other chapter books, but it is a little bit more than a picture book that he's reading right now. So I thought this was maybe a good bridge book. Very cute, very imaginative and whimsical. Okay, so I have Just So Stories by Rudyard Kipling. This is actually Oak Meadow, Waldorf. I thrifted this actually, 50 cents. So yeah, this is like, let's see what a chapter is. The Sing Song of the Old Man Kangaroo. So it's just, again, very, very cute. Oh, here's a thing. How the Leopard Got His Spots. How the Camel Got His Hump. So I think that would be super cute, again, to integrate in with our nature studies. The North American Indian Tales, I was reading How to Raise a Wild Child, and he was talking about how to like make your children fall in love with outdoors, basically. And he was saying that integrating stories from indigenous tribes is like super valuable because their stories are very like nature focused. And so this was the book he recommended, and I thought that was very cute. So we're integrating this. Oy, oy, oy. We have these two books, A World Full of Animal Stories and A World Full of Nature Stories. I'm excited about these. These seem like exactly what I needed. The bee, the mouse, and the beetle. So like not super like long, you know, but just all from stories all over the world about nature and animals. And I think there was one that was like how thunder, I don't remember, but it's very cute to me. The first woodpecker from North America, it says it's a Native American Indian story. So yeah, I just think, again, like I don't want to have to, if having these on hand they're more likely to get read versus if I have to go to the library and seek out these stories. So this is Seed Babies, an illustrated children's story of plants, eggs, and seeds in nature. I'm gonna be honest, I don't understand what this is, but my friend told me it was super cute. In this illustrated classic, Margaret Morley teaches readers about how seeds sprout and grow into beautiful plants, and how frog spawn makes frogs, and how eggs hatch into birds. Is this fiction or nonfiction? I couldn't tell you. My friend said it was cute. It was a couple bucks on eBay. I got it. So we'll find out what happens with this. Melons and Their Cousins. It seems like it's a story version of facts, you know, like Magic School, that style. So we'll see. Let's see what I've got now. Then one more. Aesop's Fables. I'm gonna just start saying things confidently. You guys know what this is, and this is what I'm doing with it. I'm adding it in with the rest of the stuff, the birds, the beast, and the bat. So basically I'm just trying to traumatize my child with old stories. I'm just kidding, but I did get this, and I also, for Christmas, they got Hans Andersen. It has to be Hans Andersen. This and that. Next, I got a bunch of handbooks, field guides. That's what I'm looking for. I did a lot of research, and the ones I found that I really liked were these like eyewitness handbooks, because the pictures are really big. I'll do a flip through this one, and I feel like that's going to be a lot easier to find, more likely to like find the specifics. And then this DK Smithsonian handbooks, same thing. Pictures were very big. They weren't illustrated. They were very clear. I really liked these ones. Out of all the ones I looked at, these were the brands I kind of was like set on. I think these are probably too big for him. I realized, why did I do that? These are probably too big for him, I realized. And this mom was like, oh yeah, near the checkout, I got this like little pamphlet. It's like teeny tiny, like reptiles. And I'm like, this is the book I got for my 4-year-old. This was too much. So, I mean, but here's the other thing. I got these on eBay for like $4. So that's like not even the price of her little pamphlet. So I don't know, do with that information what you want. I probably am gonna end up going and getting a damn pamphlet, but here we are. So I got insects, birds of Texas, reptiles and amphibians, butterflies and moths, and Texas wildflowers. I did not know I got Texas wildflowers. I'm very excited about that. New information to me. My prickly pear is blooming and I was on that page. That's just so precious. Okay, here we go. Next, we've got, I don't know. Okay, this one looked cute. So at co-op, one of the moms brought this. It's the Little Book of Words That Matter. I wanted character building, like a book to read about character or character cards, but they're all religious, and that's a little bit hard when you're not religious or when you're not explicitly teaching those things as religion, if that makes sense. Because I'm not against teaching my kid like a Bible verse or teaching him Bible stories. I just would like it to not be like his character dependent on morality or hell. So anyways, so it says, listen. To listen means to give our attention to what someone is saying. Listening is a way of showing others that we care. When we listen, we are inspired, we are connecting, we are learning, we are growing. Did you know that you can use your whole body to listen? I think it has like a lot. They have resilience, friendship, confident, jealous, frustrated, excited. Lots of good character building things. It's 100 words. And I think with this, you can do a lot of like crafty things to go along with it, but I like this to do that. Next, okay. Oh, along the lines of character, I found this at Goodwill. It is the Children's Book of Virtues. I was not going to get this because I wasn't sure what was in it. I was just like not confident in it, but I really like it. It's teaching character through stories, which I think is very lovely, very Waldorf. So like responsibility, work, self-discipline, and then they have little Fred is the story. And that's like telling you like what these different stories are about. So that's like the first story about that. This is Boy Wanted, kind of along that same subject. The King and His Hawk. They had one about like a knight and dragons. It's very diverse. Oh, look, Compassion and Faith. They have A Child's Prayer, Kindness to Animals. Very, very cute. I love the idea of teaching character through story versus just like telling them definitions. I think with that, like the little book of words that matter, I'll probably pair that with a story similar to this, but I like that this is laid out for you. Like that's quite lovely. We have this slow down book. We use this all the time at co-op. I think it is so cute. It is so concise, which is perfect for his age. A bat goes hunting at night. Then it just has cute little illustrations and a story of a bat. A rainbow appears. I just think these are so, a honeybee hive gets to work. Again, just very nice to be able to integrate into the curriculum, the Exploring Nature with Children. I feel like I can grab this, I can grab this, I can grab, you know, one of my stories, like a world full of nature stories or something, and have a very well-rounded literature and facts, like science with this. Okay, next we have, I was trying to say the fiction or the nonfiction stuff last, but I don't know why I'm doing that. The Wind in the Willows. I got this for like 25 cents at the library sale. I'm super excited about it. It does have a little bit of water damage, but the pages aren't messed up. It is so cute. If you are looking for which copy of The Wind in the Willows, this one is precious. It's just cute. It doesn't have a picture on every page or anything, but just like cute little illustrations. Yeah, I think I've never read The Wind in the Willows. I don't remember it as a kid. So I'm excited to read this with him. This is one of the books I'm gonna try to implement for our big boy chapter reading time in the afternoon, whenever Evie is asleep. Okay, so got the book. I was like, you know what? It's Charlotte Mason time. And I drank the Kool-Aid first, and then I dove in and I got the book. Basically, if you are a Charlotte Mason mom, you're gonna like cream your jeans for this book. I don't know, but everybody has it. It is, you know, definitely for like older kids. It has basically a little rundown of every animal. Apparently she's from the UK, so maybe not every animal, but it seems like every animal known to man. So you can do like insects, and then you go to the insect part, and then she's got like, okay, so this is a summary of what metamorphosis of insects. So she has like literally a breakdown. It says egg, larva, pupa, egg, nymph, adult. So she has like a breakdown, the different parts of an insect. And then I'm sure if you come over here, she's gonna have different types of insects. The monarch butterfly. So here we go. This is all about monarch butterfly. She has pictures of it as a caterpillar, the cocoon phase. It is really cute, and they're broken down into little lessons. She does have questions, actually. Can you see the butterfly's tongue? Can you describe the antenna? How do they differ from the antenna of moths? How many legs has this butterfly? How does this differ from other insects? Okay, that's kind of cool. I think this book is great. I think it's referenced a lot in both of the units that I have, or the curriculums that I have. And I do think it's nice to have like almost like an encyclopedia of information that you don't have to like get online. Because if I get online, forget about it. Like I'm gonna forget it. I'm gonna go on Instagram or do something, or Pinterest or something. Like my life is gonna be sucked out. So I do think this is rather nice to have. At first I kind of thought it was like maybe a little bit overhyped, especially for Indy's age. Like I don't know how much I'm gonna reach for this, because the information is like pretty dense, and like the language feels a little mature for him. But I think it's gonna be something I'm gonna like having around as he gets older and we can like dive in deeper. I do think I'll like having this. I think it was worth it. I got it on eBay for like $13. I think it's worth it. I'm hesitant to be so excited about it because everybody else was so excited about it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I think if you can get it on eBay for super cheap, you know, why not? Okay, my friend got me this book. Actually, it's Favorite Poems, Old and New, Selected for Boys and Girls by Helen Ferris. I am not super good about reading my kids' poetry or exploring poetry myself, but it is so cute. And it is broken down into like every subject. Like at the beginning, they have my family, it's fun to play, animals, pet, on the way to anywhere, from good earth growing. Like it's just, she broke it down to where you can pick a topic and find a poem to go with that subject, which I think is very charming, very cute. Well, if we're doing something from the Texas Nature Guide that doesn't have a poem to go with it, I can see this coming in handy a lot. I think it'll be very, very cute. Okay, the last 2 books I got: How to Teach Nature Journaling and Keeping a Nature Journal. So this one was recommended, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in the book How to Raise a Wild Child. And this one I saw from a mom on YouTube. This one I think I like a lot better. This one is so cute. And apparently this guy, John Muir Laws, apparently he does lessons on YouTube, which that just seems like a really cute idea. But I like this because it's like how to do a nature journal, which is very, you shouldn't expect, like the point of a nature journal is just to like explore nature and art and whatever facet that child thinks, in my opinion. But this is cute because it kind of gives you prompts on how to pull those things out of them and have them dive deeper into their nature journal. So it has like inquiry, investigation, and scientific thinking, questions and questions, landscapes, phenomenal mode. It's just very cute. So like one of the things I really liked is they were just having you compare and contrast like 2 different things, which super easy. Like you can do that with a 4-year-old. It doesn't have to be like super articulated thought and storytelling is this page. I think this is just going to be a fun thing to dive into with Indy. It has poetry and that's cute. Making comparisons and study categories. So you can see like these are different types of snakes that kid observed, or the artist was pretending to be a kid and observed. Anyways, I think this is a cute concept. That's a good comparison thing. I'm blabbing, but it's just very cute, very inspiring. And then lastly, keeping a nature journal. This I don't hate, but I also think that it seems a little too thorough and like in the weeds for where we're at right now, especially, Indiana. I don't know. It just seems like a little bit too, like it actually gives you like how to draw things, like perspective. And I'm like, Indy doesn't, this is not even on his radar. If he can get a blob down, like cool, good for us, So, I don't know. It's beautiful. Nature drawing exercise with leaves. See, this is what I'm talking about. So she draws, breaks down, leaves. And I don't think that's, I don't hate it. I just don't know if I think it's, a time that we need this book. Tell stories in your journal. Anyways, so very cute. Something I'll probably just kind of put away, honest to God. Nature drawing exercise, spiders, and insects. I mean, there's so much more, but just so you understand why I'm saying this doesn't seem like something we're ready for. It is cute. I think if my kids were older, like an 8-year-old, I could see really liking this, but right now it's just not for us. So that's kind of everything. I was also gonna say that some of the books that we have for chapter reading that I didn't go out and buy for this, you'll see what I'm saying. Okay. Wow, I talked for 40 fucking minutes. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we have Mercy Watson, Princess in Black. Whoa, this is very overexposed. All of our Mercy Watsons, Winnie the Poohs, Little Bear, Frog and Toad, Amelia Bedelia, Stuart Little. All of these are basically, we're keeping open for using at school. Yeah, and then here are some of my other books that I have on hand. So, that's everything. Sorry I talked for 40 minutes. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I'm gonna go close over there. Okay, well, that was a very, very long breakdown. I'm sorry it was so long. It's a topic that I am super excited about. This is our first year officially homeschooling, so I definitely kind of blabbed a lot. Thanks for listening. If you guys found any of this helpful, we would so appreciate a like, a subscribe, a follow, a share, a whatever it is that you feel you can offer us, we would appreciate. I just want to be able to put all of my attention into my home, and so the more people that like this, the more people that subscribe to this, the closer I am to just be doing what I love, which is being with my kids and my husband and being at home. So it is very, very appreciated. That is all. Okay, I was gonna do a little flippy through for you. That was cool. Okay, let's zoom it out a little bit. Okay, spring pond study. That is cute. So first we have, I don't know, classifying frogs and toads, kingdom. These are the different types of frogs, I guess. And then we have, oh, she's telling you the difference between frogs and toads. These are what they both have. This is the nature walk activity. This is cute. Notice the water level of the pond. How has it changed since winter? Take another photograph using the visual markers you used last time and add the photograph to your journals. Then we've got over here, how are the colors different, safety notes, Handbook of Nature Study. So we're reading about frogs and toads. And then these are the different, just like books that she has. So look, it's super cute. She has Over and Under the Pond. And then right here she has Frog and Toad storybook. So it's not all fiction, which is cute. I think that's very nice for kids wanting more imagination. Yeah, so look, like so many books. Over here, she actually has The Wind and the Willow suggested. She has her poem. Over here is the rest of the poem, a piece of art to enjoy, extensions. I really like her extensions. I think they're very cute. Create a realistic pond scene showing life above and below the water. Create this either in your nature journal or on a larger piece of paper. I think that's cute. Look. Select a small amount of frog spawn to take home to raise into froglets. Make sure to change the water regularly. Once they become froglets, return them to the pond. Super cute. Tree study. Here we go. Nature walk activity. Look at the veins of the leaf. Look at the stalk of your leaf. Sketch the buds. Handbook of Nature Study. Your book list. Again, so many books. Like more books than you could read in a week. A poem, a piece of art, and then your extensions. This one has leaf printing, make leaf rubbings. So this is Exploring Nature with Children. $20 and then a couple bucks to get it bound. I think that's more than worth it. And then we have Texas Nature Guide by Cheeky and Rue. There we go. I got there. This one, like I said, focused to Texas, which is nice. I like this one because, like I said, it is broken down into what would be seasonally appropriate in Texas, which is really fun. So right here we have week 4 is cicadas. We have, this is just like an introduction. You create an exoskeleton. We have observe, go on a hike and look for cicadas, read and discuss, read the selection of book, which are gonna be like down here. Review, complete the self-guided illustrated paperwork. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. She does have little things in the back. I should have mentioned that. I think this is quite cute. It does give you an added little element, of like tangibility for things. Her reading list. So those are like her books. And then we have read page 90 in Nature Anatomy, which I think is the nature study book. And then she has links to other resources. I do like that she has like, educational. I think that's fun to explore. And then her supplies are like your nature journal, paintbrushes, cicada printables, Elmer's glue. So yeah, here's snakes. You're gonna make, using a field guide, study the patterns and colors of native state, illustrate these patterns in your nature journal and separate into 2 columns, venomous versus non-venomous. You may also want to create a snake skin rubbing using actual snake shed or a textured material like bubble wrap. Observe, go for a hike and spot signs of snakes. Read and discuss. Read a selection of books about snakes. Discuss the difference between something and something. Create a poster of venomous versus non-venomous snakes, suggested reading list, and then that's the nature anatomy. I'm gonna look that up and make sure. So we have page, let's make sure, 142. So that is not. And this is read page in nature anatomy. I don't know what that is because I thought it was this. It is not. Oh, she does have the nature study. This is nature anatomy. So this is something else. I know what that is. Okay. To 203. So we have 195. Yeah. So here we go. We've got garter snake. Yeah. So that's a little piece of the nature handbook, which would be good to include. But then supplies and then your other resources. So I think that's did you know there are only 4 species of venomous snakes in Texas? I did not know that because we're all like flipping balls about everything here. Anyways, that's this book. I think it's very cute as well. I think it'll be super handy to have with these, honestly. So there we go.